हरि ओम। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। नत्वा सरस्वतीं देवीं शुद्धां गुण्यां करोम्यहं पाणिनीयप्रवेशाय लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदीम्। हरि ओम। So welcome back in our Laghusiddhantakaumudi class. In this we started Ach Sandhi. In Ach Sandhi we started Sutra Iko Yanachi, and then two Paribhasha Sutras we saw, then continued our journey. So let's start it again. Here is the screen. So we saw the Paribhasha Sutra, Sthanentaratamaha Prasange Sati Sadrushatamaha Adeshaha Syat. It means the time when something is supposed to be read or pronounced, at that time, what should be taken? That means something was supposed to be read or pronounced as per the rules, but another rule tells that no, don't pronounce this. Instead of this, you pronounce this. Instead of this, you use this. So which one should be taken? So Adesha is that which comes as substitution. So this sutra, Paribhasha Sutra, tells whenever it is mentioned, then Adesha, if there are multiple choices are there in front of you in the place of one thing, then choose that one which is most similar. That was the meaning of that 17th sutra. So Iko Yanachi in this sutra, on the place of ik, which is here e, this e, now on the place of this e, there were 4 letters coming as adesha, ya, va, ra, la. Which one should be taken? So sthanentaratamaha, that which is most similar, that should be taken. How will we find out that which one is most similar? So using sthana, artha, guna, pramana. These are the 4 criteria mentioned. So which one should be taken? So first preference is always given to the sthana. Sthana is what? Place of articulation. Artha is meaning, guna is efforts, the abhyantara prayatna, bahya prayatna, and then pramana. We ignored or we kept aside this artha and pramana. We saw sthana and guna prayatna. Guna is a prayatna. Sthana is a place of articulation. Using that sthana on the place of e, ya comes, because e has a place of articulation talu. Yakara also has a place of articulation as talu, whereas ukara has oshtha, ru has murdha, and ru has danta. Vakara has dantoshtha, rakara has murdha, lakara has danta. So only ya has the same place of articulation as ikara has. So therefore we took ya on the place of e, and this was the situation we got. Sudha, ya, upasya, and then using guna means the abhyantara prayatna, how the most similar can be found, that also we saw with the example of Vaghari, and we saw the different places, different efforts, abhyantara and bahya prayatna, how they are playing the role in finding out the most similar adesha. Then we went forward, we learned or we saw the next sutra, which is Anachicha, which says that whenever there are letters from yar pratyahara has these many letters. Yavarala, Yamangana, Jabha, Gadha, Jabha, Gadha, Kappa, Chatata, Kappa, Shasha, Sa. Except her, all letters are there. Now, whenever these letters are preceded by ach, Achah parasya yarah. On the place of yar, that which is para means in front of ach, and in front of that yar, if there is no ach, in that situation, may this yar become double. Dve staha. Keep this va aside. Just dve. Dve means two. Staha means become. May yar become double when it is preceded by ach means vowels. When it is not preceded by vowels. That is the meaning. In that situation, what happens? Pardon me, this keyboard is not working. Fine. This anachi, you have to just understand. Anachi means no vowels. No vowels. When there is no vowel in front of that year and before it there is ach, in that situation, this year becomes double. So we got here the situation where Sudhya Upasya, that was the condition here, we can see. Now there is letter from year, which is this dha. We just split that all the letters which are there in Sudhya. The sa is there, then there is u is ach, and then dha is there, which comes in this year pratyahara. If we see here, year pratyahara, there is dha here, jha, bha, gha, dha, dha. So dha is year letter, which is coming after ach, u. Correct? That is ach. So this year is achi pare, achah parah. It is in front of ach now, and it is not getting followed by ach. Anach is there. It is not getting followed by ach. Therefore, this dha will become double. Thus, we made that dha double. Now, sa, u, dha, dha, ya, upasya. That is the situation. Now, in this situation, what happens? So, for that, new sutra comes. Jhalam jash jhashi. Jhalam jash jhashi. Sutra tells. Spashtam, the vritti is given that spashtam, it is clear, because the whole sutra itself is sufficient to tell the meaning of its own. So spashtam, but anyway, we will see the meaning. Meaning is jhalam jash syat. May the jash happen to jhal. Whatever letters are coming in jhal, which are these here I have typed. Ja bha ga dha dha ja ba ga da da kha pa cha tha tha cha ta ta ka pa sha sha sa ha. May these letters get replaced by jash. Jhalam jash syat. Okay. Too many places, and the substitution is only 5 in number. So they are only 5. Ja ba ga da da. Now, okay, fine. For that, what funda means, what method we have to use? So, sthane antaratama prasange sati sadrushatama adesha syat. And then we have to find out the place of articulation using place of articulation, and the efforts, we find out that, okay, which one should be taken as substitution for which letter. So that we use that one particular sutra. Now, here it is saying that jhalam jash syat, but when it should happen? So it says jhashi, when there is jhash letter in front of it. What are the jhash letters? These are the jhash letters. Jha, bha, ga, dha, dha, ja, ba, ga, da, da. So these letters are there in front of them. In that situation, may the letters of jhal become ja, ba, ga, da, da, means jash. That is the pure meaning. If you see this ja, ba, ga, da, dha, ja, ba, ga, da, da, these all are the letters. You pay attention, if you observe, all are these first, second, third, fourth, till fourth letter from each group. and sh, sa, ha, and sh, sa. These letters. So all these letters come under jhal. In jal, first letter, second letter, third letter, fourth letter, sh, sa, and ha. These are the letters in jhal pratyahara. Later you can find out. You can count all the letters. And then jash is just third letter of all five groups. See here, ja, ba, ga, da, da. Here it is ja, then ba, then ga, then da, and then da. So it's third letter of all five groups. So whenever now one more, the jash is remaining to be explained. What is jash? Jash is ja, bha, ga, dha, dha, and ja, ba, ga, da, da. Means ja, ba, ga, da, da is third letter, and ja, ba, ga, da, da is fourth letter. So whenever jhal means these letters are getting followed by third or fourth letter from each group, then that jhal letters will turn into third letter of all five groups. That is the main meaning of this sutra. Now, in that situation, what happens? So, we had got situation where su, the, ya, upasya. This was the situation. Now, here, this particular the belonged to jhal letter, the jhal pratyahara, and it was getting followed by jash. The comes in jash as well. So this first the becomes the. Why? Well, the five are the substitutions. Jabagada the. So he says that the jabagada the should happen or may happen to the jabagada the kapa chatata kapa shashasaha. So that should happen. So when we saw that the is supposed to get replaced by jabagada the. Now, among those jabagada the, which one was the most similar? So the was the most similar. Why? Because the is dantya. The place of articulation of the is danta, teeth. And the also has the same place of articulation. Whereas ja has talu, ba has oshta, ga has kantha, da has murdha. So none of them have the same place of articulation as dhakara has. Only dakara has. And therefore the is taken as substitution. And thus the first the becomes the. Now remember, second the cannot become the. Why? Though there is no ach in front of it. But the condition given in this Jalan Jash Jashi is that Jash letter should be there. Ya does not come under Jash Pratyahara here. Only these letters should be there in front of it, and in that situation only the Jal letters will become Jash. So second dha remains as it is. So su, the, ya, upasya. This was the situation. Now we are in this situation. What happens next? The next sutra comes. Let's read the next sutra. Sanyogantasya lopaha, sanyogantasya lopaha, sanyogantasya lopaha, sanyogantasya lopaha. Sanyogantam yat padam tadantasya lopaha syat. He says that what is sanyoga? Sanyoga we saw. Halonantara sanyoga. Consonants which are not interrupted by vowels will be called sanyoga. Now he is saying that the word which has sanyoga at the end, that word may get disappeared, may it get lopa. Lopa is what? Disappearance. May the disappearance of the word which has sanyoga at the end get or take place. So that is the meaning of this sutra. Now we saw su, the, ya, and then upasya. This was the situation. So su, the, ya, here, su, then the, and ya, these three letters are connected. They are not interrupted by vowels. Therefore, they are sanyoga. And they are at the end of suddh, this word. Correct? They are at the end. Now, in this situation, this sutra says that may the lopa take place of that sanyoganta word. Sanyogantam yat padam. Actually, this tadantasya lopasyat we have to see later. Sanyogantasya lopa means sanyogantasya lopasyat. That which has sanyog at the end may get disappeared. Now, this situation was there. So, as per this sutra, this suddhya was supposed to get disappeared. Now, as per the rule, sanyogantasya lopa. Then the next sutra comes. What is the sutra? Let's read. Alontyasya, 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 alaha antyasya lopah syat. Alaha antyasya lopah syat. That's how we have to take the meaning for previous sutra. Now, what is the meaning of this sutra? Alontyasya. Sutra says that shashti nirdishtasya, that which is mentioned in sixth case, and something is being asked to be done on the place of that shashti. So that should not happen to whole word, but only to the last letter of its. So whatever adesh or whatever change is being asked to be done on the one particular word, and that word is used in shashti in sixth case, that work should not happen to the whole word, but the last letter of that whole word. That is the meaning. So this is again Paribhasha Sutra. It tells how to understand previous sutra, Sanyogantasya Lopa. So as per the Sanyogantasya Lopa, you are about to make this Suddhya disappear. But this says that no, the disappearance is asked to be done to the word which is there in Shashti Vibhakti. Sanyogantasya Lopa, correct? Using Sanyogantasya, Lopa was supposed to take place of this Suddhya. But he says that since it is mentioned in Shashti Vibhakti in Sutra, Sutra is saying that of the Sanyoganta, Lopa take place. That is the meaning. For now, this of is not very appropriate translation, but for now, for the convenience or easiness, I am using this. So, Shashti Nirdishtasya Antyasya Alaha Adeshasya. So, here, though Adesha is Lopa Adesha. Lopa Adesha. Lopa is the Adesha here. And it is being asked to be done to the word which has Sanyoga at the end. So he says that Adesha should not happen to the whole word, but you do it to the last al. Antyasya alaha. Antya means last. Ala means what? The letter. So may that Adesha happen to the last letter of that word. As per this rule, we interpret that okay, so su, the, ya, upasya. Let it be. This su, the, ya, upasya. So as per this rule, we will make only this ya to disappear. Only reading Sanyogantasya Lopa, we would have made this Suddhya disappear. But this rule says that no, that Lopa Adesha you do to the last letter of that word. And thus, Su, the, ya, this ya will get disappeared as per this rule. But now, what was the situation? Su, the, and ya as per this sutra was about to get disappeared. But next, this yiti yalope prapti means what? Thus, when the disappearance of ya was about to happen or was supposed to be done in that situation, next Vartika comes. It says Yanaha Pratishedha Vachyaha. Yanaha Pratishedha. It says that whenever last letter is asked to be disappeared, in that situation, you do not make that letter disappear if it comes under yan. If it comes under yan, do not do that work to that yan. The yavarala is yan. Suddha dha ya, there is ya at the end of the suddha. Ya was supposed to get disappeared as per the Sanyogantasya Lopa and Alontyasya. But this Vartika says that, okay, if that last letter of that Sanyoga is yan, means the letter which is from yan, then it will not get disappeared. May it not get disappeared. And therefore, that ya remains as it is. So the ya remains as it is. And thus, the first example of Sandhi gets solved. So, dhyo pasya, when we connect them, see here, sa, su, the, ya, and plus upasya, so dhyo pasya. That is the first example of Iko Yanachi, Yan Sandhi, we have solved so far. Now, su, the, I, upasya, su, the, ya, upasya. Now, what is this? We had, this is one example, only one example is mentioned here, correct? Now, let's go back to the anachicha. See here, the meaning of this sutra was, yar pratyahara letters are preceded by ach and followed by not ach. In that situation, yar will get reduplication. Fine. But we had kept this va word separate. We had not included them. Now, when we add this va, meaning becomes optionally. Once it will happen, once it will not happen. Means what? The may happen once, the may not happen once. Optional. If I wish to make that the double, I will make. Or if I wish, no, I don't want to make it. So I have choice not to make that the double. So if when I don't make that the double, then what happens? Then nothing. So this sa, then this u, so the, ya, upasya, just connect them together. So dhyo pasya, and that is the second example which is explained here. So dhyo pasya. So here, this second example I just explained. So anachicha is optionally. That rule will be applied optionally. It depends upon the speaker or the writer, author. Now, there are two more examples. Means this example, this Iko Yanachi, actually, when it works on this Sudhi Upasya, 4 answers we get. We saw only 2. There are 2 more. Sudha, dha, yaya, upasya means 2 dhakaras and 2 yakaras. Then 1 dhakara and 2 yakaras. That's how there are examples. Yanaha mayo deva means yakara becomes double optionally. There is one more rule of that type. And thus, these 2 more examples come. Maybe later, sometimes we will see this next 2 examples. The first 2 examples we have to pay attention. Now, the next example is Madhvarihi, then Dhatramshaha, and then Lakrutihi. I have mentioned here, I have shown the whole prakriya. Now, each step, this is the situation we get with Iko Yanachi. Correct? This just I split. It's still Iko Yanachi. Then Madhvari, this we get Sthanantaratamaha. Ukara gets replaced by Vakara. Iko Yanachi tells that may the ik get replaced by yan. So yan, ya, var, la, 4 were coming. So which one should be taken? So Sthanantaratama told that Vakara should be taken because U has the place of articulation Oshtha and Va has Dantoshtha. So it has the Oshtha as place of articulation. Therefore, Va will be taken. So Madha Va Arihi. Then Madha Dha Va Arihi. Dha became doubled because Anachicha. As per the Anachicha Sutra, Dha was getting preceded by Ach, which is A, and was not getting followed by Ach. Therefore, Dha became double. Ma Dha Dha Va Arihi. Now, again, Jhalanjas Jhashi. By this sutra, Jhal letter, which is Dha, was getting followed by Jhash letter, which is Dha. Therefore, first Dha becomes Jash. So there also, the 5 substitutions were coming. So among them, we chose only the because the has the same place of articulation as dhakara has, and thus we got ma da dha va arihi. And when we connect them together, the answer becomes madhwarihi. And then again, if we don't make this the double, then example becomes madhwarihi, just like Sudyopasya. And then again, these 2 types of examples again can be produced. So thus, we saw this Sudyopasya madhwarihi. Now 2 examples are there given, Dhatramsha and Lakritihi. Now these 2 examples I leave for you. You try to solve it, and you can comment and put it in the chat box that yes, this is how we have solved. If it is correct, I will try to answer that yes, it is correct. And if it is not correct, then we will see in the next class. Okay. So here we will conclude today's class. Next class, we are going to study the next sutra. Before that, we just revise all the sutras till Alontyasya. Try to just close your eyes and imagine, try to imagine from the Ikoyanachi till Alontyasya, how all the sutras were taken to solve this Madhu plus Ari or Sudhi plus Upasya. Okay. Now let's do Shanti Patha. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishtate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari.